know what time it is.
Explosions? And cut!
That's right, it is time for your favorite show. It's your host with the most, your boy with the flow. Hey, yo, it's me, Calypso. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Calypso's Lounge. Boy, have I missed you guys. What it do? Well, let me get you guys caught up with what happened. So first, recap. I appreciate you asking. The weekend was great. That's part of the recap right here. Yes, indeed. We closed down Calypso's Lounge and the TRT, the Tin Roof Tavern. We closed it down for the weekend. Calypso had a little surprise for the family. Calypso and Old Dog, we drove back home. We tried to get back to the family while they were trick-or-treating. We figured, how funny would that be, trick or treat? However, our trip did not allow us to do that. We got home just a little bit after they got done, not too much. So we missed going trick-or-treating with them, but we did get to spend time with the family. In fact, the following 2 days were a blast. Saturday and Sunday were absolutely amazing. I say that a little sparingly because I don't think everyone in my family thought that Saturday and Sunday were amazing. Yeah, if I had my soundboard, this is where I would hit my suspense music. No, here's what happened. Not that anything bad per se, but little one, little grandchild of mine, she decided to listen to what her parents taught her. And that is sharing is caring. And she shared around a nasty little book that hit almost everyone in the family, from what I could tell. Look at Spider! Spider knows what I'm talking about. She knows about that little book. So, yeah, everyone Saturday, Sunday for the most part, I was okay. I'm still good. No, look, pretty much everyone at the house is a little. Dude, I can hear a sound. I don't know who played what, but it actually came through. Well, it's an interesting little bug. I can tell you that little Aurora is feeling much better. In fact, her and I, we got to kind of nap together over the weekend, so that was nice. She climbed up right in my arm. She was a little under the weather, not too major. Stickers are working. Hell hydrate. That was my hell hydrate sticker. No, so I don't see them right now, and I think that's because I have them hidden. I gotta play with that. Stream, can you remind me? Let me move my stickers around. That way we can see them better. But anyway, let's see. Where was I? Man, I got off track. Get those vitamins, everything going. Yeah, staying healthy. Um, Little one is feeling better. She did. She crawled up in my arm and she took a nap, about a 30-minute nap. And I was laying there. It was awesome. But other than that, she felt pretty good. She's getting better from what I understand. Everyone else in the house is starting to feel a little better, so it seems to be about a 24, 48 hour-ish kind of bug. Everybody, weather is changing, so no matter where you are out there, be sure to definitely stay healthy. Frozen, great reminder, get the vitamins in. I know it's very important for all of you, just saying, throwing that out there. Yeah, kamikazes have some juice in them. Not really. I lied. But yes. Yeah, Calypso as a grandchild, that is true. That is true. She is one. Shot of milk, not for me, but for her, not really. I've already got her on Jaeger. No, don't tell her mom that though. So hopefully no one's watching. But hey, it's good for sleep. Look, they always bring her over and they're like, "Hey, how do you get her to go to sleep?" I'm like, "It's just a secret. You know, I rock with her. I rock with her. We think she's okay. No. So, but yeah, so back to the recap, guys. Yeah, we went, we visited family. It was a great time. Cannot complain. Sunday was absolutely a blast. We sat around the table. I love doing that at least once a week. Bring everybody in, air everything out, catch everything up. What's been happening in life? We all got to have a great time, smiles all around. Got to play some games. I can tell you everyone at the table cheats, but my partner and myself, we kept getting screwed over. That's just facts. You can watch the tapes. That's proof. Just saying. Uh, we weren't exactly winning. Just so you know, we play a really weird version of Push Rummy because it's a game that so many of us can play at once. And it's absolutely aggravating. Well, that and we're not allowed to play Uno anymore after the last restraining order didn't go through very well. So there's that fiasco. But other than that, everything for the most part is good. Brussels! Um, for a moment there, I was going to yell at you and I'd be like, "You're supposed to be in bed." And then I forgot you can make your own schedule now. So my bad. But it's good to see you. How are you? Did certain someone forget their clip mic again? No, I did not forget it. I haven't found it yet. There's a difference. You must remember most of my stuff is packed. I'm getting it. The stream team said that they're actually looking for it as well for me. Is it sound minus the echo? I know there's an echo because of the bar, the way the sound system works in here, which we're changing. Give us time. Minus that, do you hear me okay, or do you need me to stand more up here? Because I will stand more up here if that helps. Brussels tired, but good. That's good. Okay. How was work? I'm sure that was exciting. Absolutely. I bet it was a blast. The only reason why I was standing back here is I actually like the tavern thing, like right in my back. Like, I think that's really cool. But if sound is better right here, dude, let's make this happen. We'll do it like this. I'm okay with that. So that was the recap. That's why we had not been here for the last few days. Cut back. Here we go. Yeah, that's why we haven't been here the last 2 days. So I do apologize to everybody. I know I said I was coming at you like every day. Family time's important to me, and I wanted to surprise them. And especially since, truth be told, I know I am not really going to be back to the house for a while. So it was good to really do that. So I appreciate you guys being patient, but we are back. So let's talk about today. We are talking about day 3 of owning a bar, and there's a fly that is bugging the bejesus out of me right now. It keeps landing on my nose. Anyway, let me get back to it. Russell got most of the store packed up today. Still got some to do. If they did not finish tonight, then moving all the fixtures, boxes, and the pods. That sounds absolutely exhausting. I am so glad I'm not doing it. I enjoy my job better. Just throwing that out there. Sounds good. Getting some hiccups, not sound related. Connectivity could be my end. Oh, okay. Every once in a while, but sounds good. Work was busy. We're so busy due to Halloween being over. All right. Hey, busy is usually still pretty good though, right, guys? One makes the day go by pretty fast. Two, if you enjoy what you're doing, makes the day go by pretty fast. And then two, usually get some more money when it's busy. Hopefully, hopefully. Wait, Brussels got hit with Nightbot? I didn't even notice. The best part is she can literally yell at the stream team. She's right there, so that's hilarious. I hope they're all fighting right now because that'd be even funnier. Not so enjoyable. I got you. I didn't even notice you got hit by Nightbot though. That's funny. All right, so let's catch you up on what we did today. I actually brought a list. Yeah, I brought a list, and here's the reason why. Entrepreneurs, those of you looking to start your own business, or those of you looking to just improve yourself, here's one of the tips that I have been working on as a bar owner. Um, I have a very hard time sleeping. I have insomnia beyond belief. Truth be told, it's brought on by a lot of pain throughout my body. Don't worry, everything's fine. Um, but because of that, how do you put this? Um, I actually lost my train of thought on that. Funny enough. How funny is that? I was going somewhere with that. I was reading about the Nightbot and completely lost train of thought. Turns out I can't do two things at once. And everyone that knows me knows that reading is hard and it takes a lot of my focus. Okay, so Nightbot has more access than I do. That is amazing. The AI has already overruled the humans. Ha 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 ha. We're staying on top of the list. Yeah. Thank you, by the way, Frozen. Yes, that's exactly my point. Probably in the stream manager settings after stream's over. Part of it is that my brain just rambles, as you can just clearly tell. Um, when I lay down to sleep, I always have that feeling that really I forgot something. And that comes from the fact that I hate when I feel that I haven't completed something. And so my brain, the way it works, because it cannot immediately think, oh, what did you forget? It starts thinking back from the days of when Adam and Eve began and starts working my way backwards until I find all the problems that I had just today. And I wish I was joking. I really, really do. But that's how my brain works. And so, uh, in order to help me with that, I've started to write down my list of things that I need to do the next day. And part of the reason why I'm doing that is not just to clear my brain, which that is part of the science to it. It's actually just to help me, it helps me deep think for a few about what I'm doing. And I found that it's helping me with my priorities. So even though my list may not look pretty, I'm jotting everything down that I want to get done as I'm thinking about it, little notes. I'm finding that I'm deep thinking about that one thought and I'm able to immediately, for the most part, assess how important it is to me. And I'm able to then set an expectation for myself. That expectation for myself, I found out, has been a huge help. I've been able to sleep a little bit easier because As a teacher for 10 years, I always felt like I never did enough. There was always more I could do. There was always another student I could help. I didn't get this explained correctly. Man, I just felt in one way or the other. And I always felt that way because there was a lot to do. And although there's a lot to do here for my own business, it's just a different feeling. I have a better control over it. And that control, even though I have no idea what it is that's in front of me, that control that I have, that I can assess it based on my teachings and then do something about it. It's just made this a lot easier. So I know that was long and drawn out, but that's kind of my little tip for you guys right now. Like find something that helps you center yourself before you go to bed. Whether it be some meditation for a few minutes, writing everything down. It could be your list of doing. It could just be what's on your mind. Just write it down on paper. You'd be amazed at what that'll do. Reflect on your day, just how it went for you, and be truthful with it. If you do anything like that, you're gonna find out that your rest is most likely a whole lot more better. A lot more better. I failed English. What do you want from me? I'm a bartender. So let's get to the important stuff. Enough of the mushy, right? I did. I wrote my list, and I'm gonna go through it with you. I told you guys I'm gonna give you behind the scenes pass. You guys get to see kind of not really see what I go through yet. We are working on that with the cameras and things, but I am at least going to talk you through it so that way you know what we're doing. Um, so here's what I had to do. First and foremost, I had to get some change for our tills. Now something came up about this. I'll be truthful with you. My manager, DDS, I was talking to her over the weekend about how much money we should have in the teals for our bartender and for our waitresses. And my bartender says, our current bartender, who's been working here for the last few months, tells us we should have 300. And my manager is like, wow, that's a lot of money in a till. Like, why would you need that much for bartending? So, you bartenders out there, let me know. I, to you, why is it so important that you have $300 or $100, $200, whatever your amount is? In fact, let me know what your amount is. Tell me what your perfect amount is and why that is. Um, just for you. I just want to know for each bartender, like you're all different. You have your comfortableness when it comes to being able to make transactions, that relationship that you're making. The easier you can do that, having the things you need, the tools, I get that. So let me know what your number is and why that might be. But our bartender currently says 300. So I mean, she's been here last few months. I'm gonna take her for a word. I'll see why not, right? My manager says different. But I want to give benefit where the doubt is. And besides, we have so many ways to check if they're stealing or anything, so I'm not really worried about that. And besides, I don't want to start any relationship off with, oh, you're going to steal from me. That's horrible. I'm hoping if I treat them right, they'll treat me right. And yeah, I'm going to get screwed over sometimes. I do. I get that. But we live in a small town, and that kind of thing is going to go a long way. Now, if I was still in Vegas, much different story. Much different story. So make sure you know your community before you make that decision. All you owners out there. Here we go. Let me catch up a little bit before I continue. I will continue on the tails, but let me catch up as I see what's going on. Uh, Russell's in trouble and doesn't know why. Aureus. Oh yeah, Aureus has already got that. Look at that. See, I told you, your stream team's on that stuff. You went black and now there's no sound. Wait, what? Hold up. Blaine, is that any better? Did we come back? Oh, we all good now. Okay, cool. Oh, good. We're all good now. Sweet. Missed due to the brief blackout. Didn't even realize a blackout. Thanks, guys. No, I mean that wholeheartedly. Thank you. I had no idea there was a blackout. I was catching up. I don't know if you could hear anything. So that was my best stuff I just had right there. So, hey, thanks for coming, everyone. Appreciate it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Still catching up. Let's see what's going on. Good to hear that the lists are helping sleep better. See, you can still at least hear me. That's perfect. I imagine it helps show what you're working on and what you've gotten done in progress. Yeah, and progress definitely feels different when you're doing it as an owner because I mean nothing I am planning I'm expecting to have tomorrow. I have a bunch of plans, bunch of things, but none of it I am expecting to have tomorrow. I believe I have good SMART goals set for a lot of my things. Not everything yet. I'm still working on them SMART goals, but I'm making it so we're not putting too much pressure on the family. We're not putting too much pressure on me, the community, anybody. The point is to come in, enjoy what we're doing, and not make it into a job and something that we all hate. That's the last thing I want to do. All good now. Everything's good. Appreciate you. Lucky's up. Hey. Look, we got the whole street team up here today. Dang, that's why we had so many stickers, isn't it? Lucky's up in there. I should have known with all them stickers. Notorious, 'twas just a moment of no audio. Recovered quite a bit ago. We heard the gist. Perfect. I appreciate the idea. Getting caught up one time speed. Thanks, YouTube, being able to rewind. Yeah. Thank God for multi streams. All right. So, change for tills. Let me know what you guys are thinking on the money. But as for us, we are sticking to 300. Had to get some change. Got that almost taken care of. Small snafu, nothing really major. We had some timing problems where, and you'll see this coming up, we had some people stop by the bar, and because of that, we couldn't get to the bank on time. So, although I have the money and I'm ready to get the change that I need for the tills, that has to wait till tomorrow. So, I'm not opening tomorrow, not worried. We'll get it done. And it's really easy. It's literally just a timing thing that caused us, so we're kind of over it. Fire department. I had to go to the fire department. Main reason, only reason, I shouldn't say main reason. If I say main reason, people start to think there's another reason. Only reason why I had to go to the fire department is okay, there were two. Had to introduce myself because again, community, I want to get to know them. But the actual main reason I went is because we needed an occupancy. The fire department has to come in and say, yes, you are okay to have this many people up in your place. If you have any more than this, we shut you down, blah, 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 blah. That blah, blah, blah is very important, but I'm not going to bore you. If you've ever seen Coyote Ugly, they shut down the bar for the occupancy. That's what it's for. If you haven't seen Coyote Ugly, you should probably watch Coyote Ugly. It's a good movie. It's a decent movie. It's a decent movie. Anyway, so did not meet the fire chief today, but I did get to talk to him. Here's the even better news. I got to meet one of the volunteer firefighters. He was actually leaving as I was going in, so my timing was perfect. Got to introduce myself to him. Got to learn a little bit more about the community because I was asking questions. He obviously knew I was there because I had told him. He asked me what we were trying to do at the bar, and I said, "Hey, we're bringing a family. I'm actually moving in. I got my father with me. I got my wife. I got my kids. I got my brother. I'm like, everybody's coming with me. And I'm like, here's the type of meals we're gonna have, and here's the type of entertainment we're gonna have." And he looked at me and he was like, "Dude, that's everything that used to be there, but then they just got rid of it." And I'm like, well, we're just gonna put, we're just gonna put it back. We're gonna rewind time, and we're just gonna etch a sketch it, and we're gonna make it happen. And he was up front with me. He goes, man, I'm excited that you're bringing that back, but, and that's how he said it too, like just with that kind of like enthusiasm with that, but he's like, and I'm like, oh, this might be bad. He goes, It's going to be a little rough to get started. I was like, I can understand that. Most businesses definitely coming in, new ownership. I could see that, but sir, why do you feel that might be a little hard to get started? I'm being respectful, and I was very curious from him. Well, apparently, the owners that were just here kind of rubbed the community the wrong way. Things like there really wasn't much here for kids to do. And by not even just do, there wasn't even much here for kids to eat. Turns out, before the previous owners that we just bought it from had the place, this used to be the place where all the kids would come and hang out after school. Yeah, that makes me happy because that's going to be really easy to repeat. And it's also what we already had in our market plan. So it tells us that all the market research that we did, all that time, all that money, all that effort, all those really late nights, they're paying off. Which brings me to a very interesting point. So I'm going to stop on the list just for a moment. And this goes out to everybody. And you entrepreneurs out there, um, Frozen, I'm gonna get to your question here in just a moment. But entrepreneurs out there, I bet your answers are probably different. If you're not an entrepreneur, you're an employee of any type. I'd love to hear your opinion. So everybody, you bring your side of this. But I gotta stop doing that. Really gotta stop reading the chat. It throws my brain off. Okay, so I actually remember I was gonna tell you guys a little tip. But the reason I know why the chat's messing with me today is because the stream team and I talked about the chat, and it's literally I didn't think it was on my mind. I really didn't, but I have no doubt that's why I'm doing it. I have no doubt, and it was nothing bad about the chat actually. It was the fact that I was trying to work on a couple things about being able to interchange, and now I'm overthinking it, and I'm doing it without thinking about it. It's even funnier, if that made any sense. Yeah. But Frozen, yeah, yeah, pretty much my classroom after school. Like, how awesome would that be? Um, yes, yeah, yeah, Frozen. You are absolutely. It's funny because like I sometimes it just catches me. And most of the time I can ignore it, and then I try to go back to it when I got a moment, especially when I'm not thinking about something because I know I'll get off track. But yeah. So since I'm off track, let me get to your question. Do you think you'll just do the till by the estimate for now and see how the data reflects over the coming weeks? Without a doubt on the tills. Um, and the reason for that is because my manager that handles that, she's really good at watching that. Like she's been doing that for more years than I care to count. Um, she's gonna know if there's anything wrong anyway. The difference that I'm reminding her of is that, it's been a while since we've ran a bar and times have changed. So it's possible that in a small town that is on a road that has lots of traffic, especially with truckers, that some of them are bringing in $100 bills in order to pay for pizzas, drinks, things like that. So, possible, possible. And because I don't know, I generally live by this rule. I'd rather have and not need than need not have. Apparently, my grandmother taught me that without ever meeting her. But either way, I still live by it for the most part. So thanks, old great grandmammy. I don't know if that was a thing, but it just became one. um, but yeah, I would say Frozen. We'll adjust it if we absolutely see that we don't need the 300. But right now, I trust if that's how they've been running it, till I see otherwise, I believe. Maybe do a chat on your phone, check it with X minutes after each item list. Maybe, maybe. I think my problem is the fact that my stream team told me that they're just going to be chats. Like I'm not going to be able to get to everyone, and that kind of bugs me now. Is because I mean I love that. I love chatting, and I know you're like everyone's like everyone does, but as you get more and more people in here, it's harder to keep up with it. I'm like, yeah, I got to figure out a way to do that. So eventually, I will have to succumb to the pressures, but for now, putting up a good fight. Um, no, absolutely, always adapt as needed. So anyway, fire department. I was telling you guys about that. We when I was talking to him and the volunteer firefighter, he was telling how everything was pretty good. The one issue he said because there was so little family things, just kind of rubbed like, and not just family things, but community things. I guess the previous owners didn't really get involved with the community much at all. They weren't open much. They were very inconsistent, things like that. On top of it, so it really rubbed him the wrong way. But he said, um, he goes, once you get past that, he goes, if you're doing exactly what you say you are, oh man, everyone will be there. So again, knowing that the plan, the work, the effort, and that brings me back to the part I was going to tell you guys, okay, and that we got off track on. Anyone out there, I want you to start thinking about what it means by work life balance. That's a big topic in today's world. Depending on how you feel about it, you're going to argue about this generation or that and how you grew up over this or that. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's my experience. And that's all I can tell you is my experience. When I was a kid, sitting with my wife and my brother, and we came up with this plan, we drew it up on a piece of paper and napkin, and it was a joke. It was, man, that's 60, 70, 80 years down the road. We all had lives. We all got away from things. And those plans, although they were still there, they were still kept and they kept growing little by little this month, this year, whatever it may have been, it grew. None of our lives changed, they just got more hectic. There was a point in my life, though, it kind of just took over. It's what I wanted, it's what my family needed. Many of them needed for different reasons, and it's what I wanted. I was a full time teacher. And when I say a full-time teacher, please understand that I work 12-hour days. I would get it to school at 7 a.m. I wouldn't leave until 7 p.m. I put in everything I could into the school, into those kids. So when I say I had a full-time teacher, that was 5 days a week, 7 to 7. That's 12 hours per day. That's not including the weekends that I put in the work. Then I tried to be there with the family. While doing all of those, I had to figure out how I wanted my bar. My brother is in a different state. My kids were in a different state. We were all over. And none of it was just going to happen. We had to work at it. And we are still working at it. That's why you're here. So, this long drawn out part to you about this work life balance, here is my experience. When it is your passion, your life is your work is your life. It's hard to separate them because it's your enjoyment, it's your passion, it's what you're into. You're not thinking about clocking in and clocking out. You're thinking about how do I move this forward? How do I love this today? You're not worried about tomorrow, per se. It's that feeling inside of living in the moment compared to preparing for the end. I'm not here to tell you that the work life balance does or does not exist. I'd love to hear your opinions, actually. So feel free, put them in the comments. Love to hear what you feel on them. And then I'd love to hear you tell me, is it your passion? I'm curious to see how many of us may feel so similar. And remember, here, Calypso's Lounge, dude, there ain't no wrong answers. And we ain't making fun of anyone. So don't be shy. Go ahead and put them in there. Love to hear it. Let's get back to it. Fire department called the fire chief. Talked with him. He's going to be here Thursday, 6 p.m. Yep, got that taken care of. Good news is occupancies, found those, got those emailed over to me actually, talking to the old owners. So that should be a little bit easier because now I can go, hey, can't you just change the name on this? Everything else is the same. Yay! So hopefully occupancy should be by Thursday, 6 p.m. So that means we cannot open until at least Thursday, but there's another reason why that is too. We'll get to that. Health forms. Oh my goodness gracious. Communication is the biggest key you will have in any relationship you have in your life, whether it be a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, your kids, your teachers, right, your family, your boss. It doesn't matter. Your relationship, most important, communication. I called the health department and I was like, hey, we just bought the bar. We're keeping everything the exact same. We just need to do a transfer of ownership. What do we need to do? This lady comes back to me and says, you need to fill out all this paperwork. And I'm like, are you sure? Because we aren't changing anything. We're not changing the menu. We're not changing the size of the place. We're not changing the name of the place. Dude, I'm keeping it the same. Why? To get this process over faster. Once we get the okay, that rubber stamp saying that, yeah, you can go and do this, it's much easier to make changes. I don't need their permission then. Anyway, we're keeping everything the exact same. Why do I need to fill out all this paperwork? That's what it needs in order to do a transfer. I'm like, okay, fine. Manager and I, one of my managers, DDS and I, that's a lot of letters right there. We start working out the paperwork. Get the paperwork done. It took us a few hours to get through the paperwork. I wasn't even done today. I got up bright and early. By the way, we had a delivery. I thought it was at 7:30. They told me 7:30. It was not at 7:30. I was outside at 7 a.m. Waited until 8 a.m. outside cold. By the way, it was a little cold out this morning. No one showed up. I was a little peeved, but it's all right. It was a nice day. I was doing fine. Came inside, found out that shit got delivered at 4:55 a.m. and I didn't even realize it was sitting in the back. Good on those delivery drivers. We'll go back to that though. Woo, man. But that's how my day got started. Once I finished that delivery at 8 a.m., I started working, you guessed it, on those health forms. I didn't get those health forms turned in till after like noon. And they still weren't done. They needed 4 more things. Hear me out. They wanted me to walk around with a map drawn out and label where every electrical outlet was. Dude, I ain't got time for that. What are you, nuts? That wasn't it. They want me to walk around and label where like every little piece of equipment is. Plus, I need to know everything about that equipment. I can't even see half of the serial numbers on this equipment. How do you want me to do that? The lighting, the electrical, the plumbing, all of it had to be exactly mapped. And I went, there's no way. I won't be done for at least a week and a half if I have to do this. So I don't want to bother the old owners, but I do it. And I'm like, screw this. Hey, do you happen to have this information? You just submitted this recently. You've got to have the information. You had it approved. You had to do the same thing I'm having to do right now. So you had to have had it approved. Turns out they don't have it all. Yeah, now I'm getting a little bit more peeved, but I'm all right. Ain't nothing major. It's just going to cause me more time. No big rush. I sent an email to our health inspector and I said, hey, here's all the documents I got right now. If you still need these four, even though we're changing nothing, I'm working on them. I'll get them over to you as fast as I can. I'm happy to tell you that she responded and said I didn't have to do that. She actually responded with, when do you want to meet so we can do the inspection? And I told her anytime. She hasn't responded from that, so I will keep you posted. The health inspection is on its way. That is the second thing we are waiting on to open, but there's one more. That's the POS. When we last left off on Friday, the POS had one issue, and that was one of the handhelds was not connecting to the network, and therefore we couldn't do the transfer just yet. Well, they wouldn't tell me how to get it onto the network since it was automatic. I didn't know the button combinations to get into their system, so I talked to their IT team and went, how do you open this up? They walked me through it. Today we got through it no problem. We got it recycled, and now I'm just waiting on another call from the POS to finalize that part. But before I do that, I've got to get them on the internet. And I say I got to get them on the internet because we got rid of the internet that the previous owners had in here. Yep, just today we got rid of it. It went bye-bye. And so now my handhelds and my POS system at all doesn't connect to anything. So that didn't really fix anything. But when speaking to Spectrum, new cable company, by the way, yay, brought to you by Spectrum. Not really. But talking to them, they wanted to get a service tech out here to us today between 3 and 4. Now is starting to play into a problem with why we didn't get to the bank for the tills, right? That's how it wraps around. So we're waiting 3 to 4. No one shows up. No phone call. No one shows up. Nothing. It's like 4:45. And I'm like, call Spectrum, not a good start, right? This is a bad way to start a relationship. So call them up. I'm like, hey, just curious what's going on. And they give me a call back. They're like, hey, within the hour, we will call you and tell you where your technician is. I'm like, within the hour? Dude. All right. I should be more peeved, but I'm really not. I'm really just like, all right. Okay. I actually got a call back about 10 minutes. And it says, hey, wanted to let you know your technician is 5 minutes out, almost around the corner. Gotcha. Appreciate it. Technician came in, by the way, that guy was awesome. Shout out to him. I'm not going to do that because he didn't give me permission to put out his name. But stream team, here's where I would put, good job, Spectrum employee technician dude. Sure. Anyway, just thought that'd be funny. But actually, he was really cool. He'd tell you the way it was. I was like, yeah, I know a little bit about routers. And he was like, cool. And he kind of just let me be. He didn't necessarily walk through. He let me ask and answer all the questions. That was really cool. But not just that, it was his attitude. Like, he was pretty laid back. I told him I wasn't in a hurry. Get your stuff done. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. Huh? Oh, actually, one more shout out. Old Dog reminded me of this, and I actually mean this wholeheartedly. So thank you, Old Dog, for the reminder. Another shout out in this wholeheartedly for you, sir. He's a Marine vet, and so here on this channel, Calypso's Lounge, We're all about vets. We want to thank you for your service. So, no disrespect, salute to you. That's old Tool Man, Tool that Tim, the Tool Man Taylor, salute to service. That's where that's from. But all respect to you, my friend. Double respect. You're great customer service, and you're a veteran. And just real quick about him, he actually blew off being a veteran. He was like, I didn't really, people did so much more than me. I didn't really do anything. And I had to stop. I was on the phone with my brother, and I had to stop. My brother understands because that conversation like gets to me, dude. Anytime you have someone who was in the military, dude, that's a vet, right? Even if they go, hey, nah, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't see any action. I didn't see any duty, anything like that. I was stuck in a corner office. Like that doesn't like they forgotten that they signed up to put themselves on the line for me and my family, and they didn't even know me. And even though they didn't have to go anywhere, thank goodness, they still were willing. And that means a lot to me. And that means a lot to my family. So on this channel, definitely a salute to veterans. So Spectrum, awesome Spectrum customer service technician dude. This one's to you. Hell hydrate, man. Take a shot. We appreciate you. Marine service, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, notorious. um, so Spectrum got us set up. Now, interesting thing about that, we got our sports packages in. They give us a free 50-inch TV. I kid you not. Because we're a new bar, technically, we signed a new account with them, even though it's under the old name that had same service with them. I'm still new. And we're a bar. They literally gave us a 50. They're shipping us a 50-inch TV. Dude, what bar couldn't use another TV? Seriously. Like even backups, you can use them all the time. So that was pretty cool. Our bill's not too expensive. Not too expensive because I got some extra packages because sports and things like that. Plus I bundled everything in it, so our phone is now in there. Our network, pretty much. I'm even moving my cell phone over because I dislike my current cell phone service, and because I don't want to ruin any potential viewership, I won't say who that is. Not that they'll care, but still, I don't want to burn a bridge. But I'm not a huge fan of them, so I'm moving on. It's fine with me. Oh, good. See, that works out. See, Tim the Toolman Taylor. Got to mention, and it worked out. Yeah. So Spectrum, here's the bad news about that, guys. We can't take live calls tonight. Nope, I know. We took it for one night and I messed it up. Son of a. But it'll be back. Uh, we actually got a new phone number. I would tell you that number right here, right now. I'd make it flash. But I don't know what the number is yet. So I can't tell you. I know that sounds silly. But hear me out. We didn't get done with the technician until like a little after 7, and we had to go get some food, and I had to get back here so I could stream. Look, stuff still happened. I had to go shopping for the bar. I had stuff I had to do still. I had to get back here for you guys. Give me some slack. So I don't know the phone number yet. And when I get it, I'm going to give it to my stream team and my social media team, and we'll get it out to everybody. And then we can do live phone calls again because that was really cool. I plan on doing it again. And I owe someone. Don't I, Monkey Balls? Yeah. Uh, speaker mode on now. Not for me. I don't think I have speaker mode on. I'm gonna get a new phone so I can get speaker mode though. I don't think so. I don't think they forwarded it that way. But yeah, it's such a weird thing. Now, here's part of the problem. I'm glad you guys are getting a backstage pass. The reason why this is happening, I tried to keep the number actually. This has been like a 5-day event. The previous owner attached their cell phone numbers to the account for the business. Well, if you attach the cell phone number to the account, the problem is you can't port a number over to another account. For whatever reason, Spectrum doesn't allow that. So we were trying to take the two cell phone numbers that were on the account and just let them go over to the owner's account. They'll make a new one, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't work that way. We had to either take over everything or nothing. And they refused to give up their cell phone, and I didn't ask them to, just so we're clear, back up off me. I didn't ask them to. I actually volunteered multiple times in the 5 days. I said, hey, it's not a problem. We can get a new number. It sucks a little bit, but everyone will be able to adjust. It'll be fine. We admitted today the old owner. They came back and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to get a new phone number." I was like, "Gee, thanks." So we do have a new phone number. I will get it out to everyone once we get it. Yeah, we're gonna have to update Google Maps as well. We're gonna try to do it. Our social media team. I haven't updated them with the new number yet. As soon as I get it to them, they're gonna update it too. So we actually have access to all that. We will get that. Yeah, I know. Well, I get it. But that is flipped over. We now have cable service. We got internet service. We got internet throughout the whole bar. I got a guest Wi-Fi service here in the bar for you guys. All of our TVs are set up with the different sports packages. We also have movies on all of these because we figured if we wanted to have family nights, you're going to come in here and have family dinner. Dude, why not watch a movie? So we've got different things that you guys will be able to do. That is taken care of. I feel great on that. Awesome. What else do we get done? Liquor store. So the only order I haven't completed yet is to my liquor store. And the reason for that is because I keep playing phone tag with the friggin' liquor store. And I'm not in any way blaming the person I'm supposed to be talking to. I'm just saying, dang it, if we could just talk to each other. She keeps telling me call anytime. I keep telling her call anytime. And when she calls, I'm on the phone with someone else. And then when I call her back, I guess she's probably doing the same thing. We all have lives. Anyway, my thought was I was already into the town. I wanted to stop by the liquor store. I wanted to see kind of what their selection was as it was. And I was talking to the people in there. I left them a note. They're going to give me a call. So even though we still don't have the liquor store order in yet, we have a better connection now in order to get that done. Plus, we made a couple of other friends where the people at the liquor store are now really interested in coming in because they live in the area. Yay! So look at that. Dude, marketing all around. So even though liquor store is not done today, we wanted it done, but couldn't be done. It's going to get moved to tomorrow. It'll happen. No big deal. Like I said, we're not opening tomorrow anyway, and we have liquor. We just don't have any backup. We could only serve so much. I think we'll be okay. Spectrum's taken care of. I told you that. I am working on my PCI credit card. That's funny to me. Why? Because I taught it for so freaking long. Now I'm going through all the wonderful things that I used to teach businesses, and it's aggravating me. Uh, because you have to go through it, and this is one of those times I get to go, yeah, I kind of know this stuff. So it's a lot of boring to me. It's important, don't get me wrong. I want to make sure everything's safe. And what I mean for those that don't know, PCI compliance, we take credit cards. And because we take credit cards, we want to make sure that all of the information is encrypted. That's very important. You guys have seen how easy big companies are being hacked. We want to make sure that we don't have that problem as much as possible. So we're doing everything we can. I am doing everything we can, even as it may be boring, to make sure that everything is taken care of. And that way you guys can feel secure. So no worries on that. We are going to have a kick-ass website for the bar, funny enough. I have not sat down to start working on it just yet, but oh yeah, it's going to be pretty entertaining. I got a lot of great stuff for that. One of the other things I was working on today was music license. I plan on playing a lot of jukebox music, so we do have to make sure we get the music license. The only problem with that is the person I need to talk to about that. I have a meeting with them tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I couldn't get that done today. It's getting moved to my list tomorrow, and that's already being taken care of with a meeting that is already set up. So yay me. Next on the list was our EPA guy. If you guys recall, on our second episode, we told you that we actually have well water here. It's not just city water. It's actually not city water at all. It's well water, which means we have to take care of it a very special way. We have to make sure things are safe for you guys. And I'm not going to get into nitty gritty and all that. Boils down to we have to get it tested. We have to take it into a spot that is a legit testing facility, and we make sure that the water is good. Um, I'm not worried about it. It's very easy to do. It actually the only way you can really mess it up is if you just don't take care of it, and it's so easy to take care of it. So I'm not even remotely worried. I'm used to doing it even from the property that we used to have in Arizona. We did something very similar, so we'll be good. But I did get to talk to him. He actually informed me we are completely set up, good to go. He's emailing us our schedule, and our schedule is when we have to do those tests. We have to do those tests pretty much once a month and also once a quarter for different things. So he's going to give me the schedule on that, make sure that I can stay in the loop, and that way I don't miss anything. But other than that, he says that we're all set. That was one thing that I was worried about that we needed to have done before we could set in the bar. So that's one thing off the list, although we still have the three things holding us from opening. Next thing is I need to get a safe. There's no safe here in the bar, so I wanted to go out and get a new safe. I did take a look around in a couple places for a safe, and a DDS, my manager, has found one that she highly likes. So there is now a safe that is on its way. So that part pretty much taken done. I know it's not complete, but as much as I can do on it at this particular time, it is complete. Employees. I sent in a message to all the employees to make sure that they knew that we would not be starting on Wednesday, and I also informed them it was very unlikely that we started on Thursday due to still having some transfer delays. Hey, it happens. Here's my thing. I do feel bad for the employees. I do. I know that everybody is in this particular time, we all need money. But I'm also not going to put the whole family at risk, theirs and mine. We're not going to be at risk just because we want to speed things up, just because we want to make money, just because we want to be open. I'm going to make sure things are done right to the best of my ability. So if it means we don't open for a few more days or until next week, hey, it's going to happen. We'll be all right. Nonetheless, I updated them all with that. Everyone should be good. Also, extra, this was not on the list to do today, but we got it done. Every employee that I know of, all family members, including the current staff, have been added to our payroll system. They've been sent their onboarding. Monkey balls, next time you joke about needing a job, don't be surprised if you get a freaking email with onboarding and when you're going to get started, dude. Watch. Now that I know I actually have access to it, see, things are starting to roll, man. Things are rolling. I'm actually working with our payroll system to get more insurance. And one of the things I want to do is, I know it's expensive, but one of the things I've always told people is I'm not doing this business to become rich. You know, I'm not trying to set the world on fire, just keep my nuts warm. And so I'm gonna take a lot of that money that we get as a profit and I'm gonna put it back into the business. And to me, putting it back into the business is making sure that the employees have insurance. I know what it's like having kids and not having insurance, dude. That's nerve wracking, especially if they're in sports or they just like to run around and be creative and have a good time like kids should. Yeah, it's nerve wracking as all get out. So the bar is going to try to pay for as much insurance as possible. And I mean that. I'm looking into it. It's going to hurt. I'm not even going to pretend, but I think it's important. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you posted on that. Dude, that was, oh, not on the list. We did some shopping for the bar. Got a couple more things that we needed from the inventory. We could have waited, but we went ahead and picked it up because we were out near the stores. So that wasn't on the list, but we got that anyway. All right. So, bam, that is the extremely long day. But you know what? It hasn't felt like it. Like I've been going since, no joke. Technically, my work day has been going since 7 a.m. I hate 7 a.m. Dude, as a teacher, my alarm goes off at like 6:45 a.m. I got to be in the car by 7 a.m. I hate 7 a.m. This morning, I was up, I was dressed, I was outside. I stood outside for an hour and I didn't even think anything of it. I wasn't upset, even though they didn't show up. My day didn't go perfectly as I planned, but nothing was really bad. If you rewatch this, like nothing was really bad. A few aggravating things just because it didn't work the way I wanted it right then and there, but that's it. No reason to get upset. Absolutely. Day three, dude, still loving life. Hopefully, I'm still saying that day 3000. Just saying. So, need some, we don't need some Pirates of the Caribbean situation yanking large safes out of the buildings. No. No, I don't think we need any of that. No Fast and the Furious. Although I do have an ATM in the bar. And I don't know if you guys ever heard those stories about people yanking ATMs out. It hasn't happened in a while that I'm aware of, but that's kind of funny to me. Now, here's for the new update. Actually, I got to call this something out. I just gave you guys the update. That's what we did for the day, right? This part, this goes out to all the special people now. Some people are gonna hate me for this. All right, some people are gonna hate me for this. Here's something we got today for the bar. Very, very important. And it's only fair that the bar helps me open it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know me. I'm a Jaeger fan. And it turns out I can keep my head warm now. So help me open this, will you? Let's get into this. Oh, dude, this is where I gotta have my music. I gotta have music while we're opening this up. I'm trying to open it on the stream. I moved it too far. My bad. My bad. Oh yeah, look at that. This episode brought to you by Jägermeister. Oh, every episode brought to you by Jaeger. If I could get that to happen, it's happening. Look at this. Look at this. Dude. Woo! 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 Oh man. Ooh. Oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. All right. So, if you're ever looking to send the TRT or Calypso's Lounge, any type of thing, anything Jaeger pretty much works. Just saying, throwing that out there. One of the things I got to go buy is my Jaeger machine now. I've been wanting one of those, and my wife promised me when we finally got our bar, I was going to get a Jaeger machine. I now get to hold her to that, and that's very important to me. So I'm gonna get one of those 3 dispenser Jaegers. So I'm gonna have 3 Jaeger bottles up in there, and it just keeps it ice cold, so I can just have shots whenever I want. I'm gonna be drunk all the time, just on Jaeger though. Temp of the bar is actually really good. It's like I don't know, 65 up in here right now, but it doesn't feel cold or anything. Um, I mean, I'm in a jersey, and it's 65 up in here, and it feels. I imagine right now, if I had more people in here, I'd be turning the air down because it's probably a little warm, if I'm being honest. So, In fact, if I keep wearing this, I'm probably gonna start sweating any moment because this is warm, and like I said, it's not cold in the bar at all. But I absolutely love that. That is, yeah. So I actually, this is hard to do backwards. This is one of my tattoos that I have, except instead of it saying Jägermeister, I make it say family. The same emblem, same logo, but yeah, like I said, instead of Jägermeister, it says family. But dude, I'm not much of a fan. Okay, Notorious PCI DSS. Yeah, you know way too much about that too. So yeah, we're gonna be going through that. So yeah, yeah, man, I think that's it. I think that's it for today. I guess the last thing is what we got for tomorrow, right? What do we got for tomorrow? So first, we know that we are going to finish getting the change for the tills. We got to get to the bank by 5. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Hopefully, we get the liquor store call in the morning. That's when I know she gets into work. So that would be great. We'd have that order kind of set up. Safe is on its way. Um, Still working on PCI credits tomorrow a little bit. I have a meeting for the music license. And then that's going to be with Schaefer Entertainment tomorrow at 1 p.m. So we're going to see what kind of options they have for us. Who knows? We might just get rid of them. Dude, you got to bring it. We're trying to have a good time here. So if they can't bring it, then they got to go. I got enough people around here to run some stuff. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. And then that's most of my day. Like, did you hear that? Like, as of right now, my day ends at like I don't know 2:33 p.m. I don't even know that last time my day ended like that. I know I just jinxed it, and I'm probably gonna be working until like midnight tomorrow. But as of right now, it looks like a pretty good day. Can't open, but everything else working. Something else on the list that goes back to what I was saying a little bit earlier. We got to get the POS. That has got to be on the new network. So I'm going to spend some time. Good news. I remember how to go through their system, get them on the correct network. That'll be easy. I'll have all that fixed in a matter of minutes. Once that's done, hopefully the POS will finally get it working. I'm going to hook up a few of the TVs, make sure that they all have their cable ready to go. But other than that, it's pretty chill tomorrow. Um, so hopefully tomorrow's update will be a little bit sooner than as late as it is for us. Maybe early for you. I don't know. So it's time, ladies and gentlemen. I got a surprise for you. Although we're coming to the end, I have a surprise. But before I can show you, you know how we're going to exit. Get your shots ready. Give me just a moment. I know. I just bought a bottle of Jaeger just to replace the one we've been drinking. Now, I'm going to wait a moment because maybe your shot wasn't right next to you like mine was. I got a whole bar behind me. I'm cheating. All right. You guys ready for the surprise? If I had my soundboard right now, this is where I'd like do some clapping, do a little fog horn, a little bit. Like I can't do it in my sound effects. Dude, don't make fun of me. Here we go. You guys remember on Friday, correction, on Thursday, I was bitching. Don't ever give me a drink in a plastic cup. Yeah, that's glass with TRT on it, baby. And that's how we're going to do it. Give me a moment. I told you. That's right. Thank you, stream team. Thank you. You guys got me. Dude, I told you. We are done with that plastic as soon as I can get rid of it. All right. Everybody got the drinks? All right. Put them up in the air. You guys know how we do it. Every single time we got a toast out of here. All right. I know, right? Looking good. There we go. Put them up in the air. Put them up in the air. Here we go. Dude, that looks like grape juice. Yeah, buddy. All right. So, since no one's stepping up for the toast, I guess I'll do this one. Hey, to all you viewers out there, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being here, you guys. We couldn't do it without you. And please put your stuff down in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Family is everything. So make sure you hold them tight, hold them as close as you can, and never let them go. And finally, may the stars light your path. May the wind blow your way. I'm Calypso, and I'm out.